My name is Ion, and I live with my family in a small, quiet town. We are not rich, but we are happy. My father works in a small shop near the bus stop. He sells tea, biscuits, and newspapers. Every morning, he wakes up very early, before the sun rises. I often hear the sound of his alarm clock and the soft steps of his feet as he gets ready for work. My mother is a housewife. She takes care of our home, cooks delicious food, and always worries about everyone in the family. I have one younger sister named Sana. She is 10 years old and very cheerful. She loves drawing pictures and watching cartoons. Our house is small but warm and full of love. We have 2 rooms, a tiny kitchen, and a small courtyard where my mother grows flowers and some vegetables. In the evening, we all sit together in the courtyard. My father drinks tea, my mother talks about her day, Sana plays with her toys, and I usually hold a book or my mobile phone. These moments are simple, but they make me feel peaceful and grateful. I am 20 years old and a college student. I always dreamed of having a good job and helping my family live a better life. Many people in my town go abroad or work in big cities to earn more money. I also wanted to do something big, but I felt confused. I did not know where to start or what to do. One day, my college teacher told us that English is very important for success. He said that many good jobs need English. He also said that people who speak English can learn more things from the internet, books, and videos. His words stayed in my mind. That night, when I came home, I kept thinking about English. I realized that I could not speak English well. I felt shy when I tried to speak in class. I was afraid of making mistakes. Sometimes, my classmates laughed when someone spoke wrong English. I did not want to feel that pain. At dinner, my father asked me, "Ion, why are you so quiet today?" I looked at him and said softly, "Abu, I want to learn English properly." He smiled and said, "That is a good dream, my son. English can open many doors for you." My mother also said, "We believe in you. If you work hard, you can do anything." Their words gave me courage. That night, I made a small decision. I told myself, I will practice English every day, even if it is only for 15 minutes. The next morning, I woke up early with my father. While he was getting ready for work, I opened my phone and searched for simple English learning videos. I found many free videos for beginners. The teacher in one video spoke slowly and clearly. I repeated the words after him. At first, my tongue felt heavy. My pronunciation was bad. I felt embarrassed even though no one was listening to me. But I kept trying. After breakfast, my mother asked, "What are you doing on your phone so early?" I said, "Ami, I am learning English." She smiled proudly and said, "Good. Make it a habit." Every day after that, I followed the same routine. I woke up early, practiced English for 15 to 20 minutes, then went to college. In college, I tried to listen carefully when teachers spoke English. I wrote new words in a small notebook. In the evening, I watched one short English video and tried to read one simple story. At first, it was very hard. I did not understand many words. Sometimes, I felt tired and wanted to quit. One evening, I threw my notebook on the bed and said, "I can't do this. English is too difficult." My sister Sana heard me and came into my room. She picked up my notebook and said, "Bye, you know more English than me. You are already good." I laughed and said, "No, Sana, I am very bad at English." She smiled and said, "You are learning. That is what matters." Her simple words touched my heart. I realized that learning takes time. I picked up my notebook again and continued. Slowly, after some weeks, I started to see small changes. I could understand simple sentences. I could introduce myself in English. I could say things like, "My name is Ion. I am a student. I live in a small town." These were small sentences, but they made me feel very happy. One day, my father brought a customer who spoke a little English. The man asked for tea in English. My father looked confused. I stood near him and said, "1 tea, sir." The man smiled and said, "Yes, thank you." My father looked at me with surprise and pride. That moment felt magical to me. At night, my father said, "Ion, today you helped me because of your English." I smiled and said, "Yes, Abu. I will learn more." My family became my biggest support. My mother started asking me the English names of vegetables. Sana asked me to teach her English alphabets. My father told his friends that his son was learning English. Their belief in me made me stronger. I knew my English was still very weak, but I also knew that I was moving forward. Every day, I learned 5 new words. Every day, I spoke 1 or 2 sentences in English, even if they were wrong. I stopped feeling ashamed of mistakes. I started feeling proud of my effort. I understood one important thing: big dreams start with small steps. My dream was to speak good English and get a good job. My small step was daily practice. As I lay in my bed at night, I looked at the ceiling and thought about my future. I imagined myself speaking English confidently, working in a good company, and making my parents proud. I smiled and whispered to myself, I am learning. I am growing. I will not give up. My name is Ion, and this is the next part of my journey of learning English. After I started practicing every day, my life slowly began to change. The changes were small at first, but they were powerful. I did not become fluent in 1 month or 2 months, but I became more confident. And that confidence changed everything. Every morning, I woke up at 5 o'clock. The sky was still dark, and the air was cool and quiet. I washed my face, said my morning prayer, and then sat on my small chair near the window. I opened my phone and played a simple English lesson. I listened carefully and repeated each sentence aloud. Sometimes my voice was low because I did not want to wake my family. Sometimes I laughed at my own wrong pronunciation, but I did not stop. I also started using a small notebook. On the first page, I wrote, my daily English practice. Every day, I wrote 5 new words with their meanings. I also wrote one simple sentence using each word. My sentences were not perfect, but they were mine. For example, I wrote things like, I am happy today, my father works hard, and, I want to learn English. At college, I began to feel different. Earlier, I always sat quietly in class. I never raised my hand. I was afraid of speaking English. But now, even if my English was broken, I tried to speak. One day, the teacher asked a simple question in English, what is your favorite hobby? My heart started beating fast. My hands were shaking, but I remembered my daily practice. I stood up and said slowly, my favorite hobby is reading simple English stories. My classmates looked at me. Some of them smiled. The teacher smiled too and said, very good, Ion. Keep practicing. That small praise felt like a big reward. When I came home, I told my mother about it. She smiled and said, see, your hard work is showing results. My father also patted my shoulder and said, I am proud of you, my son. In the evenings, I started a new habit. I turned on English subtitles when watching movies or short videos. At first, I could not understand much, but I tried to catch familiar words. When I heard a word I knew, I felt excited, like finding a treasure. Slowly, I began to understand more sentences. My sister Sana became my little student. Every night after dinner, she sat with me. I taught her English alphabets, colors, and simple words like apple, book, and cat. She repeated after me with a cute smile. Teaching her also helped me remember things better. There were still bad days. Some days, I felt tired. Some days, I felt that my English was not improving. One rainy evening, I failed to understand a simple English article. I felt angry and sad. I closed my notebook and said, why am I so slow? I will never speak good English. My mother heard me. She came and sat beside me. She said gently, Ion, when you first learned to walk, did you run on the first day? I said, no, Ami. She said, then why do you expect to speak English perfectly so fast? Learning takes time. Be patient with yourself. Her words calmed me. I opened my notebook again and continued. After 3 months, something beautiful happened. A foreign tourist came to my father's shop. He looked confused and asked in English where he could find a hotel. My father did not understand. I stepped forward and said, there is a hotel near the bus stand. You can go straight and turn left. The tourist smiled and said, thank you very much. My father looked at me with wide eyes. After the man left, my father hugged me and said, you saved the day. That moment made me realize how far I had come. 3 months ago, I could not even say, 1 tea, please, properly. Now, I was giving directions in English. I also started talking to myself in English. When I was walking, I said in my mind, I am going to college. The weather is nice today. When I was eating, I said, I am eating rice and chicken. It felt strange at first, but it helped a lot. I joined a free online English speaking group. People from different countries practiced together. Everyone made mistakes. Nobody laughed. That made me feel safe. I spoke slowly and simply, but I spoke. Each day, my fear became smaller. One day, I got a small job offer from a local office. They needed someone who could answer basic emails in English. The salary was not high, but it was a start. I was nervous, but I accepted it. On my first day, I wrote my first English email. It took me 30 minutes to write 5 lines. I checked every word again and again. When I finally sent it, my hands were shaking. But nothing bad happened. The reply came, "Thank you for your email." I smiled like a child. When I came home, I told my family. My mother thanked God. My sister clapped. My father's eyes were full of tears. He said, "Your daily practice changed your life." I looked at my old notebook. The first page said, "My daily English practice." The pages were full now. They were full of mistakes, crossed words, and simple sentences. But they were also full of effort, hope, and growth. I understood something very important. You do not need big money or big schools to learn English. You only need a small dream and daily practice. Now, I still practice English every day. I still make mistakes. But I am not afraid anymore. I know that every mistake is a step forward. At night, before sleeping, I whisper to myself, "Thank you for not giving up." And then I close my eyes with a peaceful smile, ready to learn again tomorrow.